Hey everybody. So here is the chemistry assignment 3.9, graphing CO2 data. Couple things to do first. Let's go ahead and pop open this ESRL carbon tracker program into a new window. We'll take you to this global monitoring site right here. You can move this map around. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, all sorts of things. Some of those tools we're going to need. First, we want to zoom in on Los Angeles, and we're going to click the red dot that represents the Mount Wilson Observatory. Once we do that, we're going to look for the carbon cycle gases. It's a tab, and then click on time series, and then we'll get that far, and then we'll come back and look at some more directions. So Los Angeles, obviously in North America. So we're going to zoom in. We can already see LA over there. The Mount Wilson Observatory is the only red dot. If you hover over it, it kind of tells you some information there. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. That is the Mount Wilson Observatory. You notice the green pin goes in there, so that shows us what's active. You can also see, let me show you up here. You can also see up here, it tells you which is the active site that you're going to be using data for. So we're on the Mount Wilson Observatory right now. Over on this side, on the right side, I should actually keep my little highlighter up. Over on this side, we can see over here is the tab carbon cycle gases. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then what it said was to click on time series. So when we click on that, it loads a new page here. So let's go back to our instructions. Click Submit to see a graph of CO2 concentration over time, and then copy the image of the graph you created and paste it into a text box. So we're going to just click down at the bottom here. We're going to click Submit. We don't have to change anything. Just go ahead and click Submit. It's going to take a minute to think about it. Eventually, produce this graph. So here we have Mount Wilson Observatory, and then this is a graph of carbon dioxide measurements at Mount Wilson Observatory. Now it's basically a picture. So if you right click or double tap with your fingers on the trackpad, you should get the option to copy the image. And we're going to take that, go ahead and click on your submit assignment button. And um, And in your assignment here, you can either again right click or double tap again and click on paste, or just Control V should work as well. And then that will put that right into the text box. So now you've got that graph that you were looking at captured in the text box. Now here it asks you to choose two other sites that have ongoing testing for carbon cycle gases. Those are the red dots. Create the same type of graph for your two choices and paste those graphs into the text box. So we're just going to repeat that process for two different sites. So if I go back to my global monitoring laboratory, you can just click the back arrow and then pick any two sites. They can be from the United States. You can zoom out and pick them from anywhere over the world. Again, the process is the same. So, you're gonna choose a site. You're gonna double check that up here, again, up here, that this is a different site from the Mount Wilson Observatory. You should see that the site you chose has the green pin in it, and then you're going to come over here and click carbon cycle gases and click time series. Once you click time series, it'll take you to this new web page, and towards the bottom of the web page, just click on submit. Oh, and then here you go. You have a new graph of a different station. Again, if you right click, you get the option to copy image. You can copy image, go back to your text box, right click again, and paste into your text box. Okay. So you need to do that with two additional sites. So at the end, you should have three graphs up. So let me pause and give you a minute to do that. Okay, so at the end of this, your text box should look something like this. Your overall view will look a little different. I went to a previous submission that I had. Couldn't feel like doing it all over again. I did it before. So you've got your Mount Wilson Observatory at the top, and then you've got 1, 2 additional testing stations, kind of further down. There were then there was then just a prompt in the instructions. So if I go back for a second, in the instructions it said write 1 or 2 sentences describing what the graphs mean. So if I go back to here, you can see sort of the way that I wrote it. I said, I'm seeing a seasonal variation with levels increasing in the winter and spring and levels decreasing in the summer and fall. As the years go by, there is a clear trend of increasing carbon dioxide. And that's basically true for all of the stations. The Mount Wilson station has a pretty clear up and down pattern. That's a zigzag line, sort of overall increasing over time. That's even more pronounced in this second station that I picked. And then the zigzag's not so pronounced here in the third station, but what is a lot clearer is the upward trend. So kind of just depends on which ones you pick. So you may, that may work really well for you, that wording, or you may want to change it a little bit. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and click on submit assignment rather, and turn this in, and then hopefully this was helpful and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.